Let's play a solo game of Cascadia Rolling Rivers. So I have Rolling Rivers and Rolling Hills, but today we are playing Rolling Rivers and I have everything set up right here. So let's just take a look at what we have. So first of all, we have the habitat cards. There are 20 in total, level 1 and later on 2, and I have already shuffled these and made the piles, and you take 5 out of the level 1 cards and you take 5 out of the level 2 cards. So in total you are left with 20 cards, and that means you have 20 rounds. Then we also have our objectives, which are below here, and each objective will gain you something. And in this case, if I get this card, this objective card, I will gain 1 nature token. So each objective will, or each bonus will get you something. And I've just used the basic bonuses. So 1, 2 till 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Those are the basic bonuses that are advised to use when you play for the first time. Then we have our map and our tally sheet. So we have the standard tally sheet, and I am using map A, which is the easiest map and also the first map, and we'll be using this. And then I have my summary card, my player aid, which I can use to help me. So in a solo game, you play exactly the same way as you would in a multiplayer game, which means at the start of the round we will roll our dice, our central dice, which in this case it doesn't matter because I will use all the dice, but whatever. The central dice and my personal dice, so 6 in total. Then I will collect wildlife on my sheet here using these dice. And then I can optionally complete a habitat card if that is something I can and want to do. And in order to gain or complete a habitat card, I will need to have the wildlife available on my tally sheet that the card requires. So in this case, that would be 2 elk, 2 foxes and 3 hawks, and then I can place this habitat, or I can use this place. I use Cascadia words, right? But then I can use this habitat card. So, and after each round we will put every habitat card one to the right, and then, you know, if it's the last one in the row, because there's 4 in a row, if it's the last one in the row, that card will go away, and there will always be 4. And that's it. So let's play. So for my first action, we're going to roll the dice. These are the central dice, the blue ones, and in a multiplayer game, everyone gets to use these, plus their 2 personal dice. In my case, I will get to use everything. Okay. So in this game, you can see that the most common type of wildlife is the salmon. It's also the least valuable, and the most valuable and uncommon type of wildlife are bears. Okay. So I do have a lot of salmon. So I would be able to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 salmons. I could get 2 foxes, or I could get 1 hawk or 1 bear, which feels counterproductive, right? So what do we want to do? I guess we are going to go salmons, but we don't have any on this habitat card. We do have 2 foxes, and we could get those foxes right now. And the next habitat card is forest, so there's also not like a giant chance that that will need salmons, right? So let's grab one of these. And I think we're going foxes. So we have 1, 2 foxes. Now, the next step that we need to do is complete a habitat card, which is optional. Now we can't complete a habitat card, so we go on to the next round. Okay. So what is interesting is that we have 2 foxes, we have 2 bears, we have a salmon, and we will have 1 special die. And they are all very well explained in the rule book. Let me just grab that. I know they're somewhere, because I have seen them. Yeah, here. So here are the special dice, so you can always check that. So in this case we can collect wildlife like we normally would, and then we can collect 1 other die that was not part of that collection. So in this case we could take our 2 foxes plus then 1 bear, or 2 bears and then 1 fox. So that is very nice, and that will help us. So that's good, and very nice in this case. Okay. I think we're going to go bears, because like I said, the bears are very are more rare, so that would make sense to me. So that would mean 2 bears, and then 1 other. So I could go for an extra fox, or I could go for an extra salmon. I think we're going fox. Okay. Now we're getting somewhere. I'm just going to throw all of this in one go. Okay. Oh, now we have quite a few birds, which is nice. I was waiting for those. And we don't have any elk yet, so that is not great. But I think the obvious choice would be to go birds, because then we have 3, which is nice, and I think something we should do. So that adds 3 to our bird count, and then we end the round. As you can see, you know, some rounds just go really, really quickly, basically. Because as long as you're not doing any habitat cards, it's quick. Okay. So now we have quite a lot going on and a few different dice results, so that's interesting. So we have 1 die, which is, let's see if we can, oh, it doesn't want to do that. Let's do it here. One that is a wild die, so any. We have this one again. And we have bears, foxes, and then 2 with either salmon or birds. So we can go a lot of ways actually, but I need elk. And that is apparently a problem. So what do we want to do? If we get salmon, we can, for example, get this card. But because this card requires 2 salmon, which I don't have yet, 1 bird, which I have, and 2 bears, which I have. That could work. That could work. Then can I? Okay. So I'm thinking I do salmons. Salmons? That sounds interesting. If I do the salmon, right, can I then use this die, which is the take 1 that's not the rest, to take the wild die and take an elk? I mean, why not? It feels like that is not totally illegal, right? So we're going for it. Just click, make sure that's correct. Okay, so we're adding 2 salmons. Gets us to 3. And then we're adding 1 extra and then an elk, which gets us to 2. Oh, and I keep forgetting that you have 1 to start with anyway. Oh well, okay. So then, now we can complete a habitat card. And the question is more, which habitat card do we want to complete? It doesn't really matter. Right. It doesn't really matter. I mean, maybe for the bonus? Maybe. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to take this one. So this is now, I'm just putting it to the side so we know I took it. And we also take the bonus tile. So that's also important. So that's a 3 on a marsh. So we're putting that here, and in this map you just put the number that's on the card on your map. And you go down and score that way. So we put a 3, and we don't have any bonuses because that's it. We do need to pay our animals. So we go from 2 elk to 0. We go from 4 foxes to 2 foxes, and we go from 4 hawks to 1. And then we get a bonus nature token, so we go to 3. And then we can take 1 animal of our choice. So I would be going to say elk, because they seem to be pretty difficult to get. So we put 1 there. Okay. And then we slide everything over again and we go to the next round. burps. So many burps. Okay. Bear, salmon, and of course elk. Okay. So we have enough salmon to do all kinds of things. We don't really have enough birds. I'm going birds. So that's 3 birds. We go back up to 4. And now we could do this one because we have 3 salmon, we have 2 birds, we have an elk, and we have bears. Why not? So we'll take this one. Yeah, we'll take this one. Yeah, I mean, there's no bonus thingy. So that's that in for my choice, because if I go for one of these, then at least I get a bonus. If I don't, I take this and everything slides, which means I could fulfill this maybe next time, but then, I mean, what do we do? No, we just take this one. I want this one. So we go to 1 bear, we go to 0 elk, we go to 2, and we go to 0. That gets us a 3 here, and 2 nature tokens, 5. So we can use those nature tokens as well to help us. It says so right on the card here. So, oh gosh, right here, it tells us how we can use the nature tokens. Okay. So I'll just have to check this die. Dice action. Oh yeah, dice action. Yes. Well, do I want to use a dice action? Not particularly, I think. I mean, what do I need? Salmon, bears. That's not really an option now. Elk. But I mean, I could do salmon, I guess. So I already have 2 salmon. Right? And this die, let's just do it like that, makes that so that one of my dice actions costs 1 less nature token. And normally, down convert will cost me 1 nature token, and then I can convert downwards. So a bear can become an elk, elk, fox, fox, eagle, eagle, salmon. But that is now, if I down convert, that's now free. So if I go eagle to salmon, there we have it. So that's good-ish. So now we have 3 salmons. Okay. Now this goes away, and that's a bit sad, because I could have gotten that. Now? No, because I don't have the bears. So that's sad. Okay. Gee. Okay. Interesting. So at least I need at least 2 bears in the nearby future. Right. That would give me salmon. Okay. So I have a bear and I have 2 wilds. So I'm using my 2 wilds as bears, so I can add 3 bears. So it gets me to 4 bears. And then I will do this card. It's a bear, an eagle, and a salmon. So we go to 3, go to 1, and we go to 2. That gets me this one, which puts a 1 here. And then I get a nature token. And then I get this bonus, which is gain 2 salmon. So that gives me 2 salmon, which also helps me a lot in the long run. So yay! Okay. So we got a mystery, we got an elk, we got a salmon, we got a bird, we got a fox, and we got one down. 1 dice action helper. So I got a bear, a fox. Do I have a bear and a fox and a salmon? Yes. Do I have 2 foxes? Yes. So I could go for this one, which is nice. Or I could go for this one. But I don't have 2 elk, so that is going to be pretty difficult. I can gain those elk, but then I can't also gain the eagles. But I can work towards that. Okay, let's do it. Let's gain some elk. So, and then yeah. So this is 2 elk, 1 wild and an elk. I have here a fox. So if I convert the fox, that can become an elk. Now up convert costs 2 nature tokens, but it costs me 1 less. So it will cost me 1 to up convert this to an elk as well. So we do that, and now we have 3 elk. Which is good. And then we can say I have a bear, a fox, and a salmon. Yes, so I can do this one. And a salmon. 3. So it gets me a 1 right here. And 2 nature tokens. So what I wanted to do is get more eagles, because I definitely need those, and salmon, but for now we're going to go eagle, so we have 3 of those. So it gets us up to 4. So now we can do this one. So we do this, which costs me 2 elk. Which costs me 1, and which costs me 1. Okay, and then we put a 2 here, and then we get nature tokens. Okay, that's a lot of elk. Foxes. I wanted salmons, but okay. So this is not gonna happen. Right. So might as well give that one up. And that one is going to be pretty hard. That one I might be able to do, but not yet. I'm in a pickle now, aren't I? I mean, gaining elk makes the most sense. Okay, so we have 2 salmons, 2 foxes. Either one of those would work, I think. 2 elks. Oh, we don't have. Yeah, okay. Bird. A bird. Is it a bird? I don't know what to do. Take 2 types, right? I don't know how else I can make any of this work. Take 2 types, and then at least... Yeah, okay. Okay. I mean, I'm going into existential crisis, but other than that, so we are going from 9 to 6. And then we can gain 2 types. And I'm going to gain one bird and the 2 salmons. Salmon, whatever. So then I can do this card. Which costs me 2 elk, 2 birds, and 2 salmon. And then I roll one of your personal dice and gain the result. So that's one of these. Salmon. Oh, and I need to do this. Okay, gee, 2 here, and then nature tokens. Wow, if I forget that, then obviously it's not going to go very well, is it? Burps. Okay, that's a lot of birds. Well, that's actually helpful. Right, yes. But what I really need is to get this card, because then I can fill a row. And I have the elk, I have the salmon, I just don't have the foxes. Gaining 1 fox is very counterintuitive. But I think before that card goes away, it makes sense to do that. So we gain 1 fox. Gets us to 2. Then we can gain this card. So So that costs us 2, 2, 3, and it gets us a 3 right here. And now we have this, and we gain 1 of our choice. What do we want? We're pretty low on everything. So at this point, it doesn't matter, really. We're gaining an elk. Feels like useful. Okay, let's go 4 salmon or 3 salmon. 3 salmon, 3 birds. Oh no, that's 1. Okay, then we do 1 bird and we get 4 salmon. What do we need? We have salmon. We don't have foxes, but we're not getting foxes. We can do something here. No, not really, because we don't have the birds. We have enough salmon here, but not enough foxes and not enough birds. We don't have foxes on the line. So that's a problem. We can get elk. And we can get birds, but not enough. So we get more elk, or we downgrade to elk. That can get us 2 foxes, which at least helps us something. Okay. So we use this to down convert 2 of our elk to 2 foxes. And then at least we have 2 foxes, right? 2 foxes. We have salmon, we don't have birds. We have foxes, we have that. No, we don't have enough birds. So birds are the problem right now. We don't have birds. We could do foxes, 2 birds, then we would have 3 birds. What would we do with 3 birds? We could take this card. Yes. Okay. Ooh. So we down convert these to birds, which costs us 1. And then we gain 2 birds, so then we have 3. And then we gain 1 extra. Let's just get the bear. And then we take this card which costs us 2 bears, 2 foxes, 2 birds, and 4 salmon. And then we get a 4 right here. I'm now at the point where I don't talk entertaining talk because I'm way too focused. I'm just in super focus mode now. You know, which serves me right. Okay, what should we get? We should get salmon, 4 of them. Do we up them? Yeah. Okay, so that costs us 1. And we make birds. So that's 4 birds added, which makes 5. Because we need more birds in total. So that makes sense. Okay, elk. That would be a lot of elk. Do I need that much elk? Not really, but what is a person gonna do, right? Okay, we're taking 4 elk, which makes 5 elk. Don't have salmon, so that's not gonna work. Okay. We're almost there. Okay, so we really need salmon, no matter how you look at it. So that's what we're going to do. So we're going to go to 2 salmon. And then I'm going to take 2 times. So I get 2 salmon and I take that 1 bear. Gets me to 2 bears. Because then I will be able to get this card. Just 2 bears, 2 elk, 3 and 2. Gets me a nature token, and that gets me a 4 right here. Gets me this, and I get 1 sunny choice. Is it a choice? I always forget that. I don't know why. I mean, I don't know why. And I always do it. I do it when I cross the line, right? Because that feels natural you cross the line and then you get the bonus. But no, oh wait, then I read it and I'm like, oh no, I get the bonus when I fill in the second or the fourth. So I have a lot of bonuses still waiting for me, which is stupid. Ugh. Okay, calm down. Get me 2 foxes. And then I'll just take these now. I mean, I can admit that I'm not doing well, so I might as well take whatever I can get right now. So get a fox and a bird. Now for this one, let's get a bunch of salmon. 3 salmon. That gets me in fighting shape somewhat, I guess, I think, maybe. We're almost done. I mean, there's only 1 card left, so that's great. Okay. Let's go. Okay. What can I still achieve? That's like the main thing. What can I get? I would need foxes. 2, but I could do that. I could do that one. Okay. That's a 3-pointer though. I can get a bird, a fox, 2 elk, yes, but I don't have the bears. 3, 2, 1 bear. I could do that one. Gives me more points. Okay, get 1 bear. 1 bear. Gives me this. And now that I'm doing this, I think I should have thought harder about this and used the bonuses in the correct way, but whatever, we're doing this right now, and we go to 0. And then we go put a 4 in here. And then a last card, last round. Let's go. Oh wow, okay. Okay, get a ton of bears, apparently. I don't think I can do anything anymore. Is there anything I could in any way make happen? It would need foxes, which I could get. An elk. 4 bears? No, that makes no sense. 4 bears? I mean, I could get 4 bears. But then I don't have 4 birds. 3 bears? I could get 3 bears, but I don't have 2 elk and 1 fox. I mean, I could get 4 bears, but it just doesn't get me anything. Because then I have an elk, and I could get a fox if I use the thing to get a second thing. But then I miss 1 bird. Oh, seriously. Well, that's just silly, isn't it? I can't get 4 foxes. I can get 3 foxes at most. In total, right? 3 foxes, yeah, 3. So that will get me to 3. Well, I'm just going to take 4 bears because I like having 4 bears. Does it make any sense? Does it help me in any way? No, absolutely not, but screw it. So here we are. My other camera is dying, so that's great and wonderful. We're just now going to score the game, which is 5, 6, 9, 12. 4, 5, 6, 7. 3, 8, 0, 0, yeah, conversion. There's a conversion thing, which I'm not great at. I think it's everything tallied up to, so that's 1 point. And this is 7, so that will be 1 point, so that's 2. So that's 12, 15, I don't count well, so that's 10, 22, 22, 29, 37. There we have it, 37. And my end score for Cascadia Rolling Rivers. I suck. This was not a good round. Anyway, that's how you play the game solo. It's just as in the multiplayer. It's a fun game, but it can challenge you and it will destroy your mind. And talking and playing at the same time doesn't work for me, that's clear. But it's a fun game and it gives that Cascadia feel, so I really enjoy it. So yeah, bye.